Hello, Marcus Lim here with Batman Superman, the Archive of Worlds, the hardcover collecting the Archive of Worlds storyline that ran from issue 16 to number 21. As you can see here, right? So here I've got the original issues, 16, which happens to be the same cover as the hardcover. 16, oops, 17. 18, 19, 20, and 21. And well, actually, there's also I don't know, we call it an epilogue or capstone story, which appeared in Batman Superman Annual 2021. Okay, which is this is kind of unique because there's kind of two stories: Superman in Batman's world and Batman in Superman's world. So you sort of read it like this, and then at the midpoint, you sort of had to, kind of flip it over. Yeah, so that you can read it that way. Right, so it kind of like converges in the middle. Right, so that that's kind of cool. So I wonder how this one would look like. Probably the same, you have to flip. But yeah, so Archive of Worlds, it says here, yeah, so that's what I was showing you, 16 to 21. And also the annual flip book, right? It's a flip book that I was showing you. And it also has Batman Superman number 22 as well. Okay, so not just the actual storyline from 16 to 21, but also the final issue of Batman Superman. Cool. Okay. So let's have a look. And yeah, so this storyline has been very widely praised. Okay, it's one of the most unique stories that DC's done like recently, and the combination of Gene's writing and Ivan Reis, right? Just amazing. So let me take off the jacket. All right, and you can see, wow, look at that, right? It's like a chaotic multiverse of worlds. Alright, let's have a look. Archive of Worlds. Superman. Alright, so here's issue 16. Alright. And what you see is there's actually two storylines running in parallel, right? Superman, Batman. And at first they seem to be kind of separate, right? Independent storylines where you can pretty much read this first or read that one second, or you can read them simultaneously. So yeah, you've got Clark Kent, Lois Lane here, Batman, Robin, Alfred. But at one point, right, Lois kind of gets sucked into the other world. So from her world to Batman's world, through a burn hole. They call it a burn hole, right? You can see that these are like film rolls, right? So these are like different, and then we've got the actual, I guess, Superman Batman in normal continuity from Earth Zero, coming across this archival of worlds, who is actually responsible for all these different worlds that we've been looking at, right? So that's interesting. And now Batman and Superman meet, right? And yeah, you've got like a twist on some of these characters as well. You've got this, I think that's Spider Lady, who's like the Lois Lane in the other world, right? And yeah, and then we have Superman jumping into or should I say Batman jumping back into Superman's world, right? Jumping back and forth between worlds. But the whole thing's just really fun, right? It's not like a gloomy story or depressing story. See, there's Alfred. It's a bit of a twist. It's like a beast, right? An alternate take on Alfred. Yeah, but as I was saying, right, you can see this really captures like the whole Golden Age, Silver Age vibe, right? Like Batman and Robin, they are not like depressed or anything. Yeah, just kind of smiling and fun. It's all like the 60s, maybe more campy Batman. Nothing wrong with that, right? Yeah, and they kind of jump into other worlds as well. It's not just their own worlds, but you've even got the El Diablo world. Yeah, so to give us a sense of, there's all these different worlds coexisting. And then Etrigan the Demon makes an appearance too. And yeah, we get a bit of backstory about why the archival worlds, right, he's called himself Auteur.io, right? Why he's doing all this? Trying to find pretty much the world out of all these worlds to bring about the perfect world. You can see it's so chaotic, right? It's pretty complicated, to be honest. But somehow, Gene Yang's writing is so precise, and yeah, it just doesn't. It's not confusing. Is what I'm trying to say, which is like a real testament to what he's managed to accomplish in this storyline. Okay, so here we have the Superman and Batman from main continuity teaming up against these Superman and Batman from these multiversal worlds, right? And he's kind of like saying, yeah, from now on, Auteur is now just an observer. He'll just let all these different worlds run without interference. And that's the end of it. And here comes the annual, which I was just showing you, the flip book thingy. Okay. And the premise is, Superman and Batman sort of like flip roles or trade places. So Superman goes to Batman's world, Batman goes to Superman's world to kind of fight the villains who also have traded places. So what's interesting here, it looks like this doesn't sort of have that flip thing, right? You don't have to like read this like flipped. But that's okay. So here's Martha, and this is the alternate Bruce Wayne, who's like a bizarro Two-Face. But so here's the whole flippy thing. But it so happens that this is not in the middle of the two stories. Which is okay. Like in a hardcover, it would be weird to like flip. Alright, so here's the final issue of 22, which I don't think is really part of the Archival Worlds storyline, but I think it's like maybe a little bit connected to what has maybe gone before. Sadly, this is actually the last issue of Batman Superman, at least for now. Okay, because DC decided to cancel the series just for now, which is a shame because Gene, really looking forward to seeing more from Gene Yang. So hopefully he gets to revisit at some point this multiversal world that he's come up with. So here's some variants. Batman Superman 22 variant, some 16 variant, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And this is the cover that I was showing you before, right? Okay. And which is so that's the cover. So it looks like I got a variant cover. Because this is the main cover, I think, in the annual. Alright, and then some designs by the artist, and that's it. So there you go. Very accessible, very action-packed storyline. Is yeah, really well done, this whole multiverse concept. And it actually also asks some philosophical questions about the nature of reality, right? So I really enjoyed this one. It's just a fun story, Superman and Batman, that captures like the Golden Age, Silver Age vibes. So if that's kind of like what you're looking for, then definitely check this out. And as I was saying, unfortunately, this series has just ended, but hopefully we'll see more from Gene Yang. Okay. So that's my quick look at this Batman Superman hardcover, Archive of Worlds. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video.